welcome to episode 1 of the rebuild for my Audi RSQ3 with major damage. Now, a bit of more than I can chew on this one here, but if Matt Armstrong can fix cars, why can't I? Why can't you? I think it's going to be an easy one. I do enjoy the fact that there's a lot more damage than I expected there to be. Kind of makes the process a lot enjoyable, kind of gives the journey a little bit more length as well as experience. So in today's video, we're going to have a look at this Audi RSQ3 and try and start getting a few parts removed and fitting brand new parts. So let's have a look at what I've just purchased. Now, starting off over here, this is from the driver's door here. We're going to work our way to the front of the vehicle where obviously all the major damage is. Now, front wing is peeled back like a can of sardines, as well as the flinch for the front. We've also got this, piece. Everything is literally ripped backwards. It's literally opened up like a can of beans. Now, I'm going to pause the video for 1 second, pop this bonnet. We can have a better look. So, now that we've got the front on the strut, have a look at what we got. Looking obviously at where the front end has obviously taken most of the damage, this is where the headlight would be here, obviously front bumper headlight, and that is just pushed back. Again, I'll repeat it like the third time, opened up like a can of sardines. Just a little understatement when you look at the damage here. We've got major front wheel damage here. The wheel's been pushed back. Lower arms are bent as well. We've got damage to the boost pipe. So turbo is just up there, goes into this pipe, pushes a lot of turbocharged air, hot turbocharged air, into this pipe and pushes it through the intercooler. Goes all the way around up there and it comes up into here. This is obviously intake, throttle body, as well as the intake. So I'm not sure what this is called. There's a name for this, but it pushes up. I think it's part of the throttle body. I'm not sure what the name is. There is a name for that. If anyone knows, hit me in the comments and tell everyone that's watching this video what that part is called. Pushes air into there, throttle body here, intake manifold here, pushes a lot of turbocharged air, cool turbocharged air into each one of these 5 cylinders. Yes, this is a 5-cylinder Audi RSQ3 with very low mileage as well. So when I tell you what I pay for this vehicle, we'll see whether the parts, if we can get the parts cheap enough, we've probably got a really good deal with this one here. But having a better look at the damage, seeing exactly what the non-damage side looks like, and that's what the non-damage side looks like. Everything, headlights in perfect condition, everything's bolted where it should be. This is the flinch. Yeah, I think it's called a flinch. But if you look at this here, inside there, the actual structured part stops just there. So from here to here is nothing but just a little bit of metal holding the front wing on. Now you go back to here. Again, from here, there is no damage whatsoever. Obviously, we do have some metal that has been hit and pushed backwards. So we're just going to try and get this pulled out, straightened out into place, and get Bob from the machine shop to give this a good weld. Come on, Bob. Moving up to the top of the vehicle, we've got here, which is a major thing. What I'm going to do is see if I can get a part or a piece from Audi or online and probably get this cut off over here, and then, or maybe over here, and then get it spot welded back into place, because all this does is hold this front wing on that's clearly been demolished. You get a better look from this, you see how far this front wheel has been pushed back. It's quite a hit that has, and there has been no damage to this door. However, somebody's opened this door, pushed it open. This was pushed back. I did push with my leg and I pushed it forward because it was pushed so far out, catching on the door, and people that kept opening and closing the door just damaged the door. So instead of replacing the door, I'm gonna see if I can get that pulled out, filled out, try and do a really good job of restoring this, because I want to try and restore this. I don't have a big budget to get this car fixed, so anything I can fix, I'm going to fix. Plastic parts that are damaged, I'm going to try and plastic weld. So we are going to be doing a resto mod on this, and the reason I say mod is because some parts that we get might not be genuine parts. So For example, like this here, they're not cheap. Something like that there, it goes for like 150 quid. Just this aluminium part here. Definitely going to need to replace that. I'm kind of going to get a checklist today. So while we're doing this video, we are going to be doing a little checklist. At the end of the video, we are going to see if we can go to Euro Car Parts, get the lower arms for these wheels, because obviously that's the front wheel that's been pushed back, lower arm gone on that. Move over to the front passenger side. I'm not sure if you can see that, that's been pushed down, so it should be straight. It's actually bending inwards, so we hit the lower part of that. Alloy wheel seems to be holding, got a lot of scuffing, so most of these wheels either need replacing. Yeah, there you go, see that damage on the thing just there. You know, quite a lot of damage on this alloy wheel. So, but it is bent in as well, so we do have obviously some more suspension components damaged on the front. Let's go to the rear of the car. Now, as you can see, this is the rear driver's offside, so rear driver's wheel. That is probably the only wheel that's looking like it's in the place it should be. A little bit of camber inwards, that's perfect, that's what that should look like. Move over to the rear passenger, and yeah, that there, it looks like it's got some rear wheel steering like a Porsche. I do apologise by the wind. We're working on this car in the time I do have. I work full time, and this is the time I do have. And unfortunately, it's a windy day. Right, let's have a look what we got going on in the interior of the car. So, a lot of biohazard in this car. So what I want to do is try and get this car cleaned out, because at this point here, it has been used as storage. It's got really, really good interior. The seats, the leather is absolutely perfect on this. Mileage is about 53,000. The mileage is about 53,000. Sorry, went a bit blurry there. Airbag damage. We need to get an airbag for the steering wheel. We've also got airbag damage to the dash. So plans for the dash, as I said early on in this video, I do want to try and restore anything or fix or save anything that's possibly savable, and majority of things are savable. I don't have a big budget. I'm planning on just getting the airbag, because that is obtainable at a really reasonable price. That is obtainable at a reasonable price. So my plans are, if we can replace this airbag, replace the airbag unit on that, and then potentially repair this dash, and then maybe Alcantara on top to kind of make it look decent. That is going to be sort of the plan I'm going to be going with. So we are going to be restoring as much of this car as possible. Luckily, we don't have any other airbag damage. We've also got the seat belts have not been locked, so we got lucky with that. This driver's seat belt, he clearly wasn't wearing his seat belt, so we got lucky with that there. We've also got rear ones. Yep, that's also unlocked. And passenger rear, yep, unlocked as well. Yeah, that one's locked. So we got the passenger front is locked. We've got a lot of Red Bulls, cans of Cokes. I haven't seen what is in this car, but I have been using that storage. Let's try and get this car cleaned out. Try and get these wheels taken off. Try and get all these damaged bits taken off. I'm not sure if the RSQ3 has a different front wing than the normal Q3. I'm not sure if the RSQ3 has more flares, but it doesn't seem it. So what we're going to do is try and get this off, get part numbers, and see if we can find anything that fits this car, and obviously this bonnet here. So let's start getting things stripped up. Once we get things stripped up, we can see what we need, get them ordered and get them fitted. So step number one is let's get all the shit out of this car, because as you can see, it has been used as a storage for all the other cars that we got on the side. Now we're gonna need to take all this stuff out. The reason I'm taking all this junk out of this car is because, one, we can clean out what doesn't need to be in this car. What is not for this car, we can get rid of, put in the garage or put in the van or whatever, and then either take it to the dump. What needs to be in here, we can leave in here, so then we know all the parts for this vehicle are where they should be. But the main thing I'm actually doing is actually looking for the locking wheel nut, because without that locking wheel nut, we will not be getting these wheels off. So step number one, let's start removing all the shit out of the car and finding a locking wheel nut. Right, we've got most of the stuff out. This side is obviously for Audi. This side is obviously for rubbish. Right, but we have, you know, we've got a grille that looks pretty decent. What is this? This looks like a passenger. Could be the front drivers. Nah, that definitely looks like front passenger. We've got one tab broken there, but pretty decent so far. We've got, ignore that, that's not for here. We've got one wheel arch. It's got a little, see that? It's got a little mess up in there, but we've got one. I mean, see if we can heat treat that or something like that. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, it's had a little nudge in there. See if we can get that sorted out, standard touch fill. I don't know, we'll see if we can get anything, but overall the back of this looks pretty good. It's got all these little clips in there, you know, all the way around. So again, got a good little part there. We have got, obviously, this is the definitely front bumper bits there. Looks like that goes behind the grille, that one there. So it would look like it goes maybe like that, sort of like that, I'm not sure. Parcel shelf, if that's what you call this term. Yeah, it's called a parcel shelf. And everything for this car I want to keep, and then that way we know whether we can either repair it or we will need to replace it, because looking for parts for this car is impossible. Look at that. Pretty decent, but also pretty damaged. If I can repair that, I will try. I will at least try to repair that. It's plastic, could be manipulated back into place. Let's have a look. If I can try and repair that, I am going to try and repair that. Because parts for this car are bloody hard to come by. What is this? Love looking in cars that you buy, you just don't know what you're going to come across. Definitely wheel arch liner or something like that. All the little screws are handy as well. Locking wheel nut. We started off looking for the locking wheel nut. I've not come across it as of yet. What about in here? Could be in here. I'll check that last resort. Could have been here with some oil. This could be a good sign, could not be a good sign. Let me walk my way to the rear and then I'll continue this video. That can be binned, but we will take out the pretty gone water jet. We'll see, we'll see. I'll take it out anyway, just keep it on the side. Rear mat for the back, pretty good. Pretty decent condition as well. These are pretty expensive stuff, these stuff are. Rear seats, lift them up. Oh man, look at the damage causing these seats from having all this weight on there. Damn man. Got some toys in here. Yeah, pretty annoying. I have not come across the locking wheel nut as of yet. Ow! So, not looking good. Still got the front of the car to do so, yeah. Annoyingly, I've got to the front, we've looked in the glove box, nothing. Looked in the passenger door, nothing. Annoyingly, I've had these wheels sat on here and I've been using this car as storage, and just feel so annoyed that I've done that, because look at that, you know, look at the damage done to that. I just hope that with a bit of time and not putting nothing on these seats, they sort of manage to heal themselves and just relief and come back up, so this seat can regain its original contours. Because it'll be a shame, it's a really good seat, hardly any wear on it, and just look at all these, you know, bloody because of laziness and not taking this to the garage and using it to store junk in it. If anyone knows if these can be repaired, a way to repair them, how to repair them, please can you comment below, give me some advice. Really would be helpful at this point. Right, I can't seem to find the locking wheel nut, so I'm going to take these off here. They're the covers that cover your bolts, and I'm going to hope and pray that we do not have any locking wheel nuts on this, because if we do, it's going to be a bit of shit. Headache. Right people, update. I have searched, I don't want to say everywhere, but I've looked pretty much everywhere for that locking wheel nut. I can't seem to find it. I've taken everything out of the car. and I can't find it. I've looked under the seats, I've looked everywhere. Unfortunately, locking wheel nut is unobtainable at this point, which leads me to one conclusion: there is zero I can do at this point. I've called Audi, parts department is closed because it's a Saturday. Given a call back on Monday, they should have one in stock. If not, they can order it probably around 30-35 quid. I'm not too sure, but we definitely need to get a locking wheel nut because this car does have locking wheel nuts, as you have seen. On the positive side of things, I've managed to source some parts for the lower arms, etc. So I've got them at Euro Car Parts. Let's take a drive down there and go and pick them parts up. But welcome to the restoration / rebuild of my Audi RSQ3. And if you're not subscribed, please like and subscribe. I will join you people in the next one. If you got a solution of taking the locking wheel nuts, please hit me up in the comments. Gonna try to get this video edited out as soon as possible, upload as soon as possible, and then that way we can get some information coming in as soon as possible. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up to help this video get promoted to other people and help the channel grow. Thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe as well.